This is Leon, and I want to talk about morality and ethics. Within my world and reality, when and as I was young, I practiced the point of being a good person. I used to identify myself as a goody two-shoe, which is essentially a person that focuses on doing good things. Good things as what I have been taught within my life as what is good. And so one of those things that I was taught was not cussing. And so I created a fear within myself, which created the role of morality within not cussing. And so how can morality exist if there is in fact a fear? Because fear is what I held on to within myself that motivated me to not cuss, not speak profanity. And so it was not me that was in fact being moral. It was the fear that motivated myself. And so therefore I wasn't in fact really practicing morality. I was simply guided by fear. And so if it is moral and ethical to not speak profanity, then does that make fear moral itself? That is a question to consider. And so the point within my life of being a goody two-shoe is that I would be rewarded within being moral. So we have the point of being rewarded for for doing good deeds and for speaking good deeds. So basically within me wanting to be rewarded, again, it wasn't in fact me being moral. It was the motivation of receiving a reward, which is expectation and which is also self-interest. So if I am existing within and as expectation, that means I have a fear that if I do not expect if I do not expect to follow the principles of what it means, essentially, if something goes out of line within my exercising and within my practicing of being moral, then there is a fear that is created within that. So the expectation is in fact an outflow of fear. And so then again we have fear that is the directive principle, the director of this morality, and also the self-interest point, wanting to be rewarded, expecting to be rewarded if I do good things. So basically with me expecting to be rewarded if I do good things, it is not about the situation or the environment that is of my concern. It is in fact only the reward that I get from being good, being moral. So therefore, within that reward is basically the point of why I am being a goody two-shoe, why I am being good, looking for that self-interested perspective, or rather looking for that self-interested manifestation or outflow that I will receive if I do good. And so it is not about the environment as a whole or the situation as a whole. It is not about me putting myself out there and actually directly looking at, in reality, the detail and the dynamics of the particular situation and the environment. It is simply about me expecting to get a reward out of the situation. Thus, I am actually, in fact, blind of this situation. I am simply only aware of my self-interest within that, which is the desire to receive a reward. You know, and it's good that I'm talking about this now, because I have never, in fact, realized this point ever. And so that puts a dent in my integrity and wholeness of ethics and morality, that I was simply manipulating myself. And that is unacceptable, really, but it is something that I have accepted and allowed myself to believe based on what I feel, based on my feelings within myself, that I generated into an expectation, into a fear, and into expecting a reward within self-interest. It's all about the experience, because within the reward, what happens? I gain an experience, a good experience. I gain a good feeling. So that is all that the reward is about. It's about gaining a good feeling from touching and seeing the particular specific something or someone that I desired as a gift. So I use and abuse the physical within sight and texture, sight within form. The gift has a particular form, whether it's a gift of, for instance, if I received a keyboard, an electronic keyboard, the abuse would be within the sight of seeing the abuse to the physical is actually using the physical to create an experience within myself, or a feeling. And so if I, for instance, am expecting a gift, which, you know, at that time, for example, I liked electronic keyboards. And so if I create an experience, if I had received that gift, and if I had have created an experience as a good feeling towards that keyboard, then I am thus using and abusing the physical within sight, seeing the form and creating value to it, and also the texture of the keyboard, you know, and creating a value to that, which creates an outflow of a, wow, thank you, mother, thank you, father, for this gift. And so, really, we are using the physical for our own self-interested values that we create within ourselves. So that leaves me with the question, If morality is in fact real, when are we in fact real when we are exercising morality and ethics? When, number one, we do not even know what we are creating within the morality point as a particular specific feeling or experience through fear or expectation. When are we in fact real? How or what is actual morality if all we experience is a feeling or an emotion from the particular specific morality experience within ourselves?